What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys had a very happy holiday. I'm working on another jet ski today. This is going to be my winter project. I had the Kawasaki 750 and the X2 that I picked up over the summer. Got those running, got them cleaned up. I actually sold those. I never even made it to the lake over the summer, so that plan went right out the window. But I did luck out and I found this 2003 round nose SuperJet. I had to drive about 3.5 hours each way to get it, but totally worth it. And as you can see, stock turf is completely destroyed, as most of them are, you know, being that it's this old. But overall, the hull is in really good shape. So I started to kind of try to buff it out a little bit. I need to get an actual buffer to do this. This is just the stuff I did by hand. It came out okay, but I'm gonna need an actual buffer to really work on this with a really good compound. Overall, this ski is fairly stock. It looks like somebody has swapped the motor at some point, but it is the 62T dual carb motor that would belong in this ski. It's got an aftermarket ride plate and intake grate, a little scoop grate. It looks like it's got a prop in there. I don't know what size prop that is yet, but we will soon find out as I tear into this. My original plan was I was gonna tear this thing down completely and repaint the hull and just make it really super nice. But I know if I get that far into it, I probably will end up putting it off to the side for one of the other car projects, and I don't wanna do that. The plan for this one is to basically clean up the exterior. I'm going to make some footholds. These are the molds that I'm going to pull them from, and re-turf the ski, turf the rails. I'll probably end up doing a different style handle pole. I've been looking at some on eBay that are very similar to the Rick Roy pole. Now, I don't know if they're any good. If you have one on your ski and you like it, or you know anything about these poles that are being sold on eBay, send me a message, drop a comment below, let me know, do you like them, are they junk? First order of business on this thing is getting that old turf off. It used to be that you would take some gasoline back in the day, pour it in here, let it just kind of eat away the glue, and then take a scraper and have after it. But over the years, I've learned to work smarter, not harder. So I'm gonna break out my little handy dandy tool and I'll show you how I go about getting this stuff off. It still makes a mess, but it's a whole lot easier. Here's my handy dandy little Dremel tool with this little flat blade on the end, and it actually makes pretty quick work once it's fired up of pulling all this stuff off. So I'm gonna take these pieces off, and then we're gonna have after this matte section, and it's gonna get messy. First thing you wanna do is remove these corner pieces. They're just little screws with nuts on the back. These are 8mm, and then a Phillips head. And there's 4 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same with that side. Then this back piece is actually riveted on, so you have to peel this middle piece out. A lot of skis are missing those. Just drill these rivets out, and you can pop this piece off, and then you can get the rest of the turf off that's on the back. It's kind of wrapped down underneath this. Voila, check it out. So this is where I've gotten. I did have to pull this front dash piece off. There's a rivet here, one there, one down here, and one down here. You have to take the hood latch off, and obviously your choke and your fuel on-off switch. I don't think I'm gonna run that black dash piece anymore. That one's kind of old and weathered. I don't know that I'd be able to get it back to like that really black plastic color. So I think I'm just gonna turf this, and I don't run the stock fuel knob that comes on the SuperJets. I like to use one off a Sea-Doo. I prefer that round knob style. It's, I don't know, probably about that big. As far as the choke, I'll probably just run a primer. So now that I've got all the turf off, it's still a little bit sticky. I'm gonna pour some gasoline in here and let it kind of eat away at the glue. It made a little bit of a mess, but it wasn't horrible. So get yourself one of those little Dremel tools if you're doing turf jobs. Look at that. And that gasoline just ate right through that glue. Look at that. Just scrapes right off, then you have these big old clumps. So I'm gonna keep going, get all this crap out of here and clean this up. All right, here it is. All cleaned out. I got a few more, little boogers here and there, and I gotta get the rest of this off, but I will work on that when I have a sander out, and I'll sand that right off because I've gotta scuff all this up to get the new padding and glue to it here. I've gotta put the footholds in and scuff around it so I can fiberglass those after I've screwed them in. I'm gonna end up pulling everything out of the hull and just kind of cleaning everything. I don't need to repaint inside or any of that junk, but there's a few things, a few modifications I want to make inside here. So these dual carbs, I'm either going to go through them or I'm going to replace them with a single carb. I like to run a single carb manifold on my motors. Just if I ever go down to the surf, one carb, one problem. The e-box in here, I've got a couple up in my attic that I actually hydro printed a long time ago. So I will probably swap out that box and just pretty everything up and make it nice and clean and tidy. All these lines that are just kind of hanging here. I want everything tucked away nice and neat. That's just the OCD in me. I'm gonna order some turf. I think I'm gonna go with a blue and black. I like the honeycomb. I think it'll look good on this color if I can get this paint to buff out. We'll see. So that's today's project completed. Got the old turf off. I'm ready to start fiberglassing footholds and popping those out of the molds. Then I can get the tray cut out and get those assembled. And I'll show you every step of the process that I'm doing, from yanking the motor and cleaning inside to doing the footholds, turf, all that good stuff. That's it. Thanks for watching. Stay hungry, stay foolish.